Hey, shalom.
Shalom. This is GMS Charlotte, GMS Tampa Bay, back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright, before we get started, we want to say, Call Halayim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Alright, so hey, we in the spirit, man. We just wanted to bring out another lesson, touching on salvation. The scriptures say that our salvation is nearer than what we believe, man. Okay? We're in the time of the return of Hamashiach Yahushua, man, our Lord and Savior, man. Alright? So we got to continue to be on our watchtower, man. Continue to stay diligent in the spirit, man. Okay? But we want to just push this word out, to edify you hopeful elect brothers out there through the spirit, man. We're going to get right into it.
So we'll start off with 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha chapter 8 verse 1. It says, And he answered me saying, The Most High Yahweh hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
Right, the world to come, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. And it said for few, man. Only a few chosen men are going to make it, man. Okay? Because many are going to perish in this life, man. Okay? That's why the Lord has a 2/3 set up for destruction, man. Alright? We're in those times where we're seeing all these prophecies speak louder and louder each day, man. Alright? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is speaking to the men who have ears to hear, man. And eyes to see spiritually, man. Okay?
No. Go ahead, the ears.
Isaiah?
Yeah, grab that.
Isaiah chapter 4 verse 2. And in that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious. And the fruit of the earth shall be excellent.
Right, it said the fruit of the earth. Who is that talking about, man? That's talking about the first fruits, man. Going into the election, man. Read that again from the top.
In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious.
Yep, that's that righteous branch. Go ahead.
And the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel.
Right, for them that are escaped of Israel, man. Okay, because you got to understand, when you go into the blue letter, I believe it goes into the men that escaped the slaughter, man. Okay, because you have a remnant that's preserved from the destruction, man. So the elect, the ones that are escaped of Israel, what? Keep reading.
It says, "It shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel, and it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy, and every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem."
Right, everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem and going into the election, man. Those that are found in the book of life, man. You see what I'm saying? The ones that are found in the book of life were the ones that that escaped the destruction, man. Okay? Because the scripture said them that are escaped of Israel, man. Because everybody's not going to make it, man. Okay? Only the ones that were chosen. Keep reading out.
When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion.
And how's the Lord washing away the filth of the daughters of Zion, man? But through this word, man. Okay? Because remember, this word is likened unto water, man. All right? This word, the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua cleanses us, man. You see?
True baptism.
That's it.
It says, "And shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning."
By the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning, man. Okay? That's what's coming to this place, man. That's what's coming to America and various parts of the world, man. The spirit of judgment and the spirit of burning, man. This is how the Lord is going to reset everything, man. Okay? There's a big, what we like to say, there's a big refreshing coming to the planet Earth, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is getting ready to refresh this bitch, man. Okay? So we hope that we part of the hopeful elect, those men that are going to be saved from destruction, man. That are going to have their iniquities pardoned, man.
I got one scripture.
See?
1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
That judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, man. That's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, man. Judgment is going to start at the house of God first, man. Okay? You got it out?
Let me finish it here. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Yep. You got it.
Yeah, God. So I mean, we like when you go back into the book of 2nd Esdras, it says, "Don't worry about how the ungodly shall be punished." All right. We're really only focused on the elect getting saved, because it's saying here again that judgment's going to first start at the house of the Most High, which is Israel. Okay, one's preaching His word out here. So if you're out there preaching the word in not in truth and sincerity, but in strife or in lascivious things or any kind of ungodly trait, basically death is coming to you.
Yeah, all you niggas out there that got ulterior motives,
Right.
You want vainglory, you're doing it for yourself, to exalt yourself. The Lord gonna get you, man.
So it says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be if then obey not the gospel? So if you're not really following the truth to the best of your ability whilst in this wicked ass kingdom, then really the Lord is going to deal with you in a violent manner. Okay, you're not going to get salvation like you really think you might be getting. You're not what you believe is coming for all of Israel, because a lot of you cats thinking that salvation is just coming for everybody. All right, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be for choice men. All right, choice men are going to get saved out of the hell that's about to come on this earth. It ain't everybody going to be saved out of here. So if you preaching any other gospel, all right, anything contrary to what the scriptures really say, then guess what? You're gonna get a harsh judgment. It's gonna start here. Then it's gonna go about everywhere else on the earth. It's gonna start at the house of the Lord.
This is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in their land, saith the Lord, that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Two parts therein shall be cut off and die. I want to add on a real quick point. There's a reason why when you read the scriptures, the Lord said He's looking for acceptable men. Luke 21:36 says, "Pray ye always that you be found worthy to escape the things that should come to pass, man." All right. So you have to be worthy unto the Lord, man. You have to be that acceptable men that He's looking for, man. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
Yep, the third, which is the 1/3, man, which represents the 144,000 and the 1/3, man. Okay, because you gotta understand, man. Out of the 144,000, you got a hopeful elect women and children, friends of the prophets, so on and so forth. That's gonna make it too, man. From their faith alone, man.
It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined.
Right, now refining period is gonna come, man, during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Where the Lord is gonna put His men through that furnace of affliction, man. You see? So, hey, man, the ones, like we read earlier, the ones that are worthy to escape this punishment are the ones that's going to make it, man.
The elect is that gold that's been tried through the fire, man. The 2/3, they're full of dross, man. And when that fire is put on, man, they're going to be found not acceptable. They're going to be burnt up.
Yeah, dross, yeah.
Yep.
Said it.
It says, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
What was you saying earlier too? Salaki, I meant to cut you off. You said something earlier. Read that again. Salaki.
It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. Right.
The brother was talking about how all of Israel is supposed to be calling on Yahweh Shem Shai, but on this side, the Lord is only dealing with the elect, man. Maybe he was rapping about that in the car.
Yeah. So the Lord. Basically, you're gonna see you got a lot of Jake out here first and foremost, all right. A lot of Jake know they're Israel, okay, but they're on different levels to this thing, especially on faith, different levels of faith. So what the brother just read there, that 2 parts are gonna be 2 parts are gonna be cut off and die, but the third is gonna be left therein. Okay, so really 1/3 is really showed that they're proof to Yahweh Shem Yahshai that they're worthy for salvation, all right. But you actually have men that are part of the 2/3 that actually call on Yahweh Shem Yahshai, but their faith isn't built up to that level yet. Okay, so what's going to end up happening with them? They're going to get dragged to the fire, but they're going to prove now worthy. Okay, let me get this then. Sirach chapter 2. You had it? You want to break it up?
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. It says, for gold is tried.
Start at 1, and then just read on down.
Yeah, just read on down. Yeah.
Sirach 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So it's going to start with temptation first. All right? And the ultimate form of temptation is going to be what? That's RFID microchip when your ass is fucking starving out there. You ain't eating. Your family ain't eating in days. Okay? You have a baby crying every day. You can't shut the baby up because the baby's hungry. But you won't have no food to feed the baby. But the only way for you to feed the baby is for you to actually go to Esau and get this food. But the only way for you to go to Esau and get this food is for you to take the chip first so they can scan the chip and see that you have the funds to go ahead and purchase the food. All right. So read it one more time, verse 1.
It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So you're going to be tempted in the most horrific manner by starvation. You're going to be hungry. So your family's going to be starving, and you're going to be tempted to get the RFID microchip so you can feed your family. All right. Of course, temptation is going to come in other manners as well too. It's going to come in the manner of women. It's going to come in the manner of lying to your brother. It's going to come in the manner of money or whatever the case is. You know, all types of. We could go all day about temptation. All right. However, you have to prepare yourself for that, because if you're not prepared for it, what's going to end up happening is you're going to fall victim to it, and ultimately you're gonna forfeit your salvation. Read on.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
And endure, just go back to the, to make hard, to make sturdy. All right. They see if you're tried enough to get to a tribulation, because if you're tough and you're hard, you're going to get to any kind of tribulation, such as any kind of precious metal. Okay, and it's going to get into that. So you have to. It says what? It says to set your heart aright and constantly endure. You have to first set your heart aright. All right. So understand what the truth is. Do your best to follow the truth to the best of your ability while here in this wicked ass kingdom. But when you get tempted with temptation, you have to endure that. If you get chastised, you have to endure that. All right. Go ahead.
I say also too, I want to add too, another way of you setting your heart right, man, is applying the scriptures when you tested with temptation, man. You know,
good point.
Because whenever the fight off the temptation, you have to fight it with the word, man. You know, so whatever it is, like how Yahushua, when he was tempted by Satan, what did he do? He fought him with the scriptures. Man, you know. Yeah.
When you put in that, like the brother said, when you put in that situation of temptation, apply the scriptures immediately. You see what I'm saying? You got to be in the spirit. All right, this fucked up situation. All right, what does Scripture say about that? How will Yahushua walk in this situation? What will he do? You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit you got to be in, man. But some people get in that situation, and the Scriptures go all the way out the window, man. Right. You see what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you jacked up for real, man. Right. You know? So that's a great point, brother. You know?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Continuing on.
Yep.
This is verse 3. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right, and that's really what we're looking for. We're looking to be actually increased at the last end. When you don't think you have no more spirit in you, the Lord's going to increase you at that last end. He's going to show you that He's been working with you the whole time.
That's right.
All right, the whole time that we've been going through all this hell here on earth, and just taking a low road and being humble. All right, when you think, oh, I can't do it anymore, like I can't do it, the Lord's going to increase at the last end. He's going to give us spiritual powers. All that, okay? He's gonna give it. He's gonna give it to us, you know. But we work for it. That's the thing. That's the beautiful thing about it. You have to show that you have been working for it. Right. Like the brother just read about temptation. All right, that's actually working to not heed to temptation. That's actually work. Let me get this before you move on, bro. James chapter 1 verse 12. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive a crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh hath promised to them that love him." Loving, going back to keeping the law to the best of your ability.
That's right.
Okay, so you're going to be tried out there, but if you endure this temptation, guess what? The Lord's going to give you a crown of life. You can get that in Revelation, was it 2 or 3?
2 and 10 and 3 and 10.
Right. When do y'all want to get that?
I got it real quick.
Yeah.
You was 2 and 10 first?
Yeah, get 2 and 10, and then one of
you got to pray for that, man. You got to pray for the Lord. You know what I'm saying, to bless you with that endurance, man. You know what I'm saying, that He keep you in the faith, man. You know, that you don't get weak and fall out, man.
Patience is a good attribute in this thing. You're gonna need patience and faith to get through the times that are becoming. Yeah, we always talk about knowledge wasn't honest thing, but faith and patience is very important.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Revelation 2 and 10 says, "Fear none of these things." If I go to 9, it says, "I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich."
Yeah, talking about the Israelites. All right, we're impoverished. We're out here. We're catching this hell. We're on no type of level out here when it comes to status. Okay, but thou art rich. Rich in what? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. The scriptures, understanding the scriptures, the prophecies. Go ahead.
It says, "I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not."
Right, and that originally was talking about actual Israelites. However, we're not in that. We can use that still talking about actual Israelites, but it's twofold talking about Esau. Who's really calling themselves Jews out here? Alright, them. You know who we're talking about? Right. The Jewish.
Khazars.
They call
themselves Israelis and shit. Yeah. You know? Come on, man.
Israelis, bro. That's not in the Bible first and foremost. And you're not, and you're heathens. You're completely heathenistic. All right. So I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jewish, but are not. You're Jewish, but
but are the synagogue of Satan.
Mm-hmm.
You are the chief house of Satan, man.
Yeah, the chief house of Satan.
It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
And the devil being the so-called white man, those same Jewish people that we were just talking about, those same people who call themselves Jews but are not Jews, they're going to cast your ass into prison because you're preaching the truth. Oh, you can't do that no more. Okay. Oh, it's illegal. It's illegal. Oh, you're inciting a riot. They're going to make up anything to put you in jail. And you might be locked in there for X amount of time. It could be 10 days, it could be 1 day, it could be a month, or whatever the case may be. But you're going to be tried. Go ahead.
It says that you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death.
Right? Be thou faithful unto death. All right? Because you want to show the Lord that the only thing that matters is pleasing the Lord. So it don't matter. You could take my life out of it. We was just going into or was it the second Maccabees, chapter 7?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Heavy chapter.
This morning. All right. That's faith, man. Okay. That woman showed faith, or those sons show faith.
Come.
All right. So we gotta be just like that. We gotta show our faith unto death, bro. Read the last part.
It says, and I will give thee a crown of life.
I'll give thee a crown of life. Now go into Revelation 3 and 10.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10.
Come.
It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So now, because you've kept the word of his patience, you show faith, all right, to the Lord. You show that you will give your life just to please the Lord. You won't do anything wicked or evil, purpose, but just to please the Lord. Go ahead.
It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation,
Right.
That's right.
which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right.
So this thing is going to come upon the whole planet Earth. It's not just going to come upon Americans. It's going to come upon the whole earth. It's not just going to come upon Israelites. Really, the Israelites are the ones that are going to be tempted. These other nations, it is what it is. They can do what the fuck they want to do.
Right.
But the nation of Israel is really the ones that are going to be tempted. But the thing is, this thing is going to come upon the whole earth.
That's right.
All right, not just here. It's going to be in Europe. It's going to be in Asia. It's going to be in Australia. Anywhere where people dwell, this temptation, this mark of the beast is going to come. But Israel is scattered everywhere. So wherever Israel is, you're going to be tempted.
That's right.
All right, but you have to show yourself proved. All right, worthy of the kingdom of heaven. Otherwise, you're going to be put to death in whatever type of way.
And I'm gonna keep reading because it goes into exactly what you
Yep.
brother saying. This is Revelation 3 and 11. It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." Right? Because like the brother was just saying, man, these guys that are weak in the faith, man. They're not going to be holding fast in these last days, man. And the Most High is going to take that crown from them and give it to another man.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happened to a lot of people. People fall out in this truth, and then next thing you know, more brothers get sealed. So one brother falls out, two brothers get sealed, okay, type of thing. And those brothers are showing they're fervent. They believe. They're not going to do no snake shit. All right, they're going to push this thing. They really believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Have to fear Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
That's right.
All right, and they're going to endure it. Even if they just came into the truth, they're going to endure it to the end. They're going to get a crown of life. Going back to Sirach, if you still got it, and then we'll move on.
No, I didn't have Sirach.
Oh, who has Sirach? Sirach too.
You have Sirach.
That's right. Okay.
You was reading first.
Oh, Sirach. Yeah, it's on my phone.
Oh,
yeah. Sirach. Yeah.
Come.
It says back and forth. It says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee,
Yeah, still.
take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state."
Right, and that's Jake. Changed to a lower state. We get put into a lower state all the time. But Jake lose their job. Jake woman leave him. Whatever the case is. You know, eviction notice. All right, but it says take it cheerfully. What does it say?
It says, "Take cheerfully."
Yep.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee.
Yeah, take it cheerfully, bro.
Right.
Because you know that what you're giving up in this world, don't worry about it. You're putting your riches in heaven. How's it go?
Store up your
Riches
your
in heaven.
Right. So that's what brothers are doing. We down here in the lower state, but we understand that we're about to gain something beautiful.
Come.
No, we get there.
Yeah.
Hey, building out them points, building up those spiritual riches, you know.
Because like you said yesterday, man, you know, we gotta pay the Lord back, man. So us building our spiritual treasures is really what we're gonna pay the Lord back with, man.
Come.
You know?
What we doing on this
Like
side?
Matthew 7.
If you want, real quick, Jeremiah 16, 14, 15.
Yeah. Hell
Bring
yeah.
that out real quick too, while you get that.
Yep.
Jeremiah 16 and what?
16, 14, and 15. Because we was touching up. See, salvation is the main focus, man. You know, that's the mission. receiving salvation from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know.
Because we've been saved many times from the Lord. Okay? The Lord has saved us many times here, and it's notated in the Bible how many times we've been saved. The Lord has brought us out of all types of tribulations as a nation. Okay? But there's a time that's coming in this world, all right, where the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is going to bring us out of this hell. Because you got to remember, we're in hell right now, so the Lord's going to actually save us out of this thing. Okay? And it's going to be very notable. All right? Go, whoever got it, you bring that up.
Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right, go ahead. Keep going.
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yep.
And from all the lands, whether he hath driven them. And I will bring them again into their land, and I will give unto their fathers.
Right, so salvation... So salvation from out of this Babylonian captivity, all right, this American captivity, is going to outdo the Exodus in Egypt, man. That's the deliverance out of America is going to be the new high holy day, man. You see what I'm saying? The deliverance from Egypt ain't going to have nothing on the deliverance from America, man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 7. It says, Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of the north country. What is America called when you look at the map? North America, man. Well, majority of all the tribes were brought over here to serve captivity, man.
That's right.
Judah and Israel were oppressed together, as the scriptures say, man. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Go ahead, Ak.
And it says, And from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Out of all the countries the Lord scattered us, Deuteronomy 4:27, man, that the nation of Israel will be scattered to the four corners of the earth, man. So in these times that we live in, the Lord's going to gather us out of the north country and different parts of the world, man. That's the prophecy. That's why you got brothers waking up all around the world, man.
And that shows that he's not going to that you don't have to go buy a plane ticket and move to Israel. Because says the Lord is going to put us back in our own land.
That's right.
All right, so you don't got to do all that extra stuff. Just let the Lord do it. You don't, just let the Lord handle everything. You have to show your faith and your patience, and then the Lord's going to put us back in Israel. But you going back over there and do what? This cat's actually doing that. All right, you got to believe that the Lord is going to save you. This is about our salvation. All right, you're not going to save yourself. Let the Lord do it.
Right.
You know. The Lord's just gonna bomb Israel. He has to clean it first.
Yeah, Israel's got to get destroyed first.
Israel's dirty as hell right now, man. So that don't make no point to go back over there. Wait for the Lord.
I got Jeremiah 46 and 27.
You got it, brother. Yep.
But it says
They cut it off.
All right, Slakia. Technical difficulties. Slakia.
God.
But we're gonna read Jeremiah chapter 46 verse 27. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel, for behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid.
That's right.
Okay, so these nations are not going to do what they've been doing to us for the past forever. Okay, that's not going to happen anymore. Once the Lord sees that it's fit for us to be salvaged, when He comes in this last time, like we're reading in Jeremiah 16, then that's it. All right, He's going to save us, and it says, I'm going to read it again. It says, and I see from the land of their captivity, save us, and Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. So none's going to make us afraid ever again. Verse 28, fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord Yahweh, for I am with thee. For I will make a full end of all the nations whither I have driven thee. So all the nations that we was pushed into, He's going to make a full end to them. There's no more rulership for them. No more power for them. The power is going to be put on His people, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect.
That's right.
Reading on. Driven thee. But I will not make a full end of thee. So He's not going to make a full end of the house of Jacob. You could get that in Amos chapter 9.
Yep.
Okay. But correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So the Lord's going to leave a remnant, man. He's going to leave a leftover, the election, man. That's what that's going into. All right. And like the brother was mentioning in the scriptures, where the Lord said, I will make a full end of all the nations, whether I have driven thee. That's the Lord having vengeance for his temple, man. Okay, you read the scriptures how the Lord is going to take vengeance on these other nations for what they've done to his people, man. You see? That's the reason why World War III and all this shit is happening right now, man. The Lord is revenging his temple, man. All right, starting with the elect of Israel, man.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 41:10. It says, "Fear not thou, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded.
Yep.
They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them, and thou shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing,
Yep.
and as a thing of naught."
Yep. So once again, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to make a full end to all these nations that had their hand in our destruction, man. You see, and that's a beautiful time we're in, man. Okay, because a lot of these people in the world actually think that, you know, it's going to be a war, and things are going to be back after that. You know what I'm saying? People actually think that things are going to go back to normal after that, man.
What?
This is the end all or be all, man. You know.
And really, the nations, you know, again, you got to remember that there's more nations than just white people and black people, so to speak. Okay, all these nations are going to be put in their rightful place, which is subjection under the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right.
I'll get this real quick in Amos. This is Amos 9 and 8. I'll read on down too. "For lo, I will command and will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn." Actually, no, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm in 8. I'm reading 9. Amos 9 and 8, and I'll read on down. "Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, save it I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh." So the house of Jacob, you know, being the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the elect of you will not be utterly destroyed. Sure, he's going to destroy a lot of us, but he's not going to utterly destroy us as a nation. Okay? Verse 9 now. "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like corn is sifted in a sieve." So, since he said he's not going to utterly destroy us, he's going to sift the beneficial ones out of all the nations. So the elect, in other words, is going to be sifted and be salvaged. All right, while everybody else is going to be destroyed. Okay, just like we've been telling you the whole time, a lot of you cats are just going to be destroyed. You dumb niggas out there who just don't know shit, talk shit, scoff at the Lord's men. All right, a lot of you other camps out there who preach or wayward doctrine,
trimming the gospel.
Yeah, just trimming it, like, you know. Come on, man, you're gonna be killed by the Lord. All right. So it says, "Like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grains fall upon the earth." So if you part of the elect, even if you're the smallest brother out of the elect, you're gonna be saved. All right. The Lord's gonna have mercy on even the least of his elect.
That's right.
All right. Verse 10: "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword," meaning violence. You're gonna die. It's gonna suck for you. Which say, "The evil shall not overtake nor prevent us." Because a lot of you cats out there, you say you believe in God, but God, He knows my heart. He ain't gonna kill everybody like that. You're being pessimistic. Hey, no, the Lord said He's gonna destroy 2/3 of our people. All right, so we believe that. That's so it says, so the scriptures are saying, "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword." So you think you can eat pork? You think all that is cool and it don't matter? It doesn't matter. I can do that. Oh, I don't mind shaving. Oh, that's the Old Testament. All right? A lot of you cats don't get it, and you're going to have to find out by the sword. Which say, "The evil shall not overtake or prevent us." So you don't believe that the evil that's written in the Bible is really going to overtake you. It says that it's going to overtake you. So we believe that, and we have the fear of the Lord on us. So we're not going to, provoke the Lord. Verse 11, "In that day I will rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen." So the house of David is going to be risen up in the last days. All right, right before the Lord comes, destroys our enemies, the house of David is going to be risen up. Right before the kingdom of heaven is coming, the house of David has to be risen up.
It's happening now.
That's happening.
And we believe the house of David is first and foremost amongst the ranks of Great Millstone. It just seems that way. I mean, we ain't no clairvoyance or nothing like that, but it just from what we can see.
Just measuring the spirit.
Yeah, it just seems that way, bro. That's why we align ourselves with brothers in Great Millstone, because it just seems that way.
That's right.
It just feels right. It says, "In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it in the days of old.
That's right.
Okay, so it's gonna be the house of David, just like of old, but on actually on a higher level. Okay, because it's gonna come with spiritual powers. It's gonna be a spiritual salvation.
Yep.
All right, the Lord's it's gonna be a physical salvation, but the Lord's He's gonna be dealing with a certain people, and it's gonna be clear. Everybody on earth is gonna see it, and they're gonna be like, "Oh man, I can't believe it! It was actually them the whole time." Okay, yeah, the house of David was these niggas, the ones you perceive as niggas and spicks and Indians. Okay, the lowest of the low are gonna be risen up above all nations. Anybody?
I got a quick precept going off of what you was just reading. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, and I'll just go to the point and get to 11. It says, "For I am with thee, saith Yahweh, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations whither I have scattered thee. Yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished."
Yep. See? So once again, it's another going into the fact that the Lord is going to leave a remnant, man. All of Israel is not going to be destroyed, man. That's why He has a 1/3, man. Okay.
And that also can go into the confusion of faith, brothers, man.
That's
like
right.
I said, the Lord is not only just going to save brothers from here in America, man. It's going to be worldwide.
That's right.
I got a precept to prove that. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told unto you.
Right. The Lord said He was going to work a work in your days, though you may not believe, even though it was told unto you, man. Because the fact is, what we telling you is that, look, you got the seed of Israel, the nation of Israel that's scattered amongst these heathen nations, all right? And you had Israelite men that had babies, all right, with these heathen women, and they bore children that looked like the heathen, man. But they're still Israelites. Why? Because of the seed of the father, man. I gave an example on my channel about that, the tennis player, Naomi Osaka, man.
Oh yeah, Japanese.
She's so-called, in the world, they'll say she's Japanese and black, all right? But her father is a so-called Haitian, all right? He's Levi, man. All right, her mom is Ammon. But you see how she came out, though. She has those Japanese women features and whatnot, but she's a Jake, man.
And it's funny you bring her up, because before she won the title, she was bigging up. She goes, yeah, my father's, you know me as Japanese, but actually my father is a black man from Haiti, and that was before she won the title. And then after she won the title, they were bringing out that she was a Japanese tennis player. Then they mentioned that she had Haitian and her father was Haitian. She wasn't even mentioning that. All right, she was mentioning that from the beginning, but after she won the title and she beat everybody that mattered, oh, now she's Japanese.
Yep.
Okay, they don't want Jake to get that shine, basically.
Yep, exactly. That's an example of confusion of faith, man. Blake Griffin, the main example we use, man. His father's a so-called Haitian, man.
Yeah, same thing.
He's darker than me, man. But you see how Blake Griffin came out. He's still an Israelite, and he had a son with the white woman. That son came out looking more whiter than him, but he's still an Israelite at the end of the day, man.
That's right.
So that confusion of faith, the doctrine of confusion of faith, is not hard to understand, man. If you are of the spirit, man, you got Jake still choking at that, man. They want to make it an all-black movement. They deny the Northern Kingdom being part of the tribes. You hating on the Latino Native American brothers, man. You niggas is crazy, man.
That's why the Lord says He's gonna make it a great wonder, man. Because you got people that don't believe that people that's not so-called black, Latino, Native American not gonna make it. Like, our seed hasn't been scattered throughout the whole world. The scriptures tell us that Israel shall be the sand of the sea, man. So we everywhere.
That's right.
Let's say you speak on like people like Bruce Lee, which we don't know where his line goes back to, but we know through the spirit he's an Israelite though, man.
I think it's Sicilians, because I think his father's an Italian. I think his pops was some sort of Italian. It's more than likely had to have been a Sicilian. The man has straight traits with him, bro. You just look at him, bro. He is just covered in salt. No Moabites or nothing like that, acting like that.
Exactly.
Like Edomite.
Exactly.
That was a wise man,
Yeah, man.
But just showing you like that, plenty of examples, showing, hey, the Lord is rising up His people, man.
That's right.
So that's why we have brothers from all different countries, coming up praising Yahweh Shemal Shai that look like so-called Africans, like so-called Edomites, look like so-called all these other heathens, man. But they praising Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
God.
Through the Spirit, they know that they are Israelites, man.
God.
You know, and the Lord's is going to reward them for their faith, man.
Right.
You know?
That's why Revelation 7 and 9 goes into that great multitude that John the Revelator saw, man. Because that great multitude consisted of Israelites that didn't look like your average everyday Israelite, man. Okay? And a lot of you Edomites and heathens like to use that scripture to justify the heathen being in the kingdom, man. Which that's not the case, man. All right? These Gentiles are Israelite foreigners, man. You see? Matter of fact, you can get that too if you want to grab it, if you want to pull it out real quick. Revelation chapter 7, verse 9.
Get that, and I got a precept after that.
That's why I look at the verse. I will go to the word multitude.
Yep, you already know. Yep.
God.
Said 7 and 9.
Yeah, Revelation chapter 7, verse 9.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. It says, after this I beheld...
Kindred is the word.
Kindred.
Yeah.
After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people, and tongues.
Right, so somebody will read that without the proper understanding and be like, see, these are all the nations that are here, man. You see what I'm saying? But they don't understand that, look, these are the Israelite foreigners, man. Okay? These are the true Gentiles, man. Okay, keep going.
You said the word patriarch, right? Or kindred, kindred.
Kindred, yeah.
In the blue letter, sorry, just took my shit off.
No, it's all good.
The word, I think it's G5443. I don't know how to say it. Philae.
Strong's G5443. Philae.
It says in the New Testament, all the persons descended from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob.
Right, so that's a cut, man. You cannot get around that, man. So that great multitude that John saw in Revelation 7 and 9 were Israelites, man. Okay, because remember, Jacob was scattered all over the world, man. So in the vision, when he saw that great multitude being crowned and standing strong for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, those are the Israelite foreigners, man.
That's right.
You know, that's not hard to tell. The blue letter, it cuts, all right? One of these people were from one of the patriarchs of Jacob, man.
12 tribes, yeah.
Yep. It is what it is. Salvation is for Israel, only Israel, man.
Finish that Revelation.
It says, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a great multitude, okay? And now the brothers just broke that down. They came from one of the patriarchs of the 12 tribes. I'm going to get this out of the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse, let's start at 14, read on down a little bit. 2nd Ezra 3 and 14. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will, and madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed, and unto him that thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau, as of Jacob thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau, and so Jacob became a great multitude. So Jacob became a great multitude. So Jacob is that great multitude. Who's Jacob? The Israelite.
Yeah, that's a cut.
Okay? So that's that great multitude. You can't get around it. Y'all talk, oh, well, it's all nations. No, Israel is scattered among all nations.
Right.
Okay, so it just says it right there in 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha that Jacob is that great multitude. So what do you say? What's saying? Okay, only Jacob is getting the salvation, is getting the kingdom of heaven. Now all these people out there, they're gonna look like, you got to keep in mind that just like the brother's breaking down with Blake Griffin. Okay, Jake's gonna look like all different types of nations. You're gonna have Jake looking like Asian, Jake looking like a so-called white man. Okay, but it's the spirit and his lineage. It's the bloodline thing. And if you come from that bloodline and you're doing what Yahweh Shem Yahushua said to do, then there's a good chance you're going to be saved, no matter what you look like. It don't matter. It ain't no black thing. You know, we're black Hebrew Israelites. The scriptures don't say nothing about black Hebrew Israelites. Okay, it says that the nation of Israel is the one that the Lord is dealing with. Okay, so that's who we're trying to wake up, no matter what you look like. Okay, you think he ain't black? You can look at different camps out there. Ain't nobody out here black.
Hey,
what the fuck is that?
And you go back to my great grandfather. He was a dark-skinned man. Like one of these brothers came from as a slave from Puerto Rico, or from Spain to Puerto Rico, and then his son came out way lighter than me with blue eyes. All right, then they had my pops and me, And brothers can testify. I'm not really that light skinned. I'm a good tan, and this is the color that I always had. But my son, he's light skinned and he has blue eyes. So it don't matter what you look like, man. It goes back to what your father was.
That's right. That's right, brother. Good point. Good point. Hey, like the scripture say, was it Malachi 3:6 that I am the Lord, I change not, man. All right. So what stands in the Old Testament stands in the New, man. All right. And I want to grab this scripture just to make that point.
This is Joel chapter 2 verse 27, and it reads, "And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh, your power, and none else."
And none else, man. All right. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, is our power and none else, man. He's none of these other nations' guys, man. Okay? So you can't get around that, man. Okay? Keep reading.
It says, "And my people shall never be ashamed."
And my people should never be ashamed, man. Like the brother was brought out, man. That great multitude is Jacob, man. Okay? Salvation is for the nation of Israel, man. Romans 11 and 27, man. You know what I'm saying? That Yahushua is coming to deliver the seed of Jacob, man, and cleanse them from their sins, man. It didn't say the whole world, man. Okay?
I got a quick precept. This is John chapter 11 verse, I'm going to start at 51. It says, "And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahushua would die for that nation," talking about the Israelites, and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad.
The ones that were scattered abroad, man, going into the other Israelites that are amongst these nations, man, that are keeping the heathen customs, man. They're calling themselves by heathen names, man. They're in that Gentile state of mind, just like how we were, man, before the Lord gave us this light, man.
I got a precept. This is just going off what you said. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. "And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins."
Yep, plain straight to the point. He's going to save his people from them sins, man.
I got one more here. Book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. "He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh."
All right, so the scriptures say he have not dealt so with any other nation, man. So what are you heathen nations doing picking up the scriptures, man? You devils, man. All right. You Edomites, man. You other heathen nations, man. You have no business picking up these scriptures, man. All right, it's not for you, man. The Lord has not dealt with any of these other nations, man. And that's why as we lead into these last days, you're gonna have people using the scriptures to deceive people. Broken, fucked up breakdowns leading people astray. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight up lying, man. Okay? These are the times we're in, man. But that's why the Lord has his true prophets on the scene, all right, to declare this truth and righteousness, man. To give you the truth in the right way, man. The ones that were meant to have the understanding of these scriptures, man. That's it. Hey, well, look, man. Hopefully that lesson was edifying. The point of the lesson is salvation is the main factor, man. Okay, this is why we strive for the mastery, man. The reason why we labor, man. We want to be found as those worthy men, all right, that are acceptable unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for salvation, man. That's all that matters.
And salvation is only for the Israelites.
That's it. That's it.
For the Jews.
Yep.
But really all the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yep. Was it John 4:22? Salvation is for the Jews only.
Yahushua said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see?
Jesus.
Hey.
And Jesus said that.
God.
He's racist.
God. So hey, it ain't no getting around it. You got anything you want to say out? Look, man, hopefully that lesson was edifying. We're going to close it out by saying, Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakam Kodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, that's pushing his word without truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Fire.
Fire.